Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton, and joining me on the podcast today is our legal Lothario, Derek Kaufman.
Running it back. Let's do it again.
Let's do it again.
Monday, Tuesday, back to back. I'm pumped.
You're like the Knicks.
That's right. This is the year of New York sports. I want to tell you, the Yankees in the World Series, Knicks retooled for the NBA season, the Liberty of the WNBA just won the title.
Oh, the Liberty.
This is it. Liberty.
Congrats, man. All right, bro. Today on the show, we're talking about Ariana Grande because she is in a beef with Elvira.
Yeah, Elvira. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, man.
Elvira. I'm not familiar with Elvira. Is she before my time?
A little bit before your time. She's in the 80s, but she's sort of an icon of Halloween. So every Halloween she comes out, there's always an Elvira story.
Cardi B is pissed, and rightly so. She took to Instagram Live to slam prank callers who sent child protective services to her house at night.
Unbelievable.
And finally, we'll talk about Bill Maher. Bill Maher, who's been slapped with a defamation suit of $150 million.
From Laura Loomer. They recognize the name. We'll get into that.
To begin with, though, Ariana Grande is in a very unexpected beef. Just when her Wicked movie is about to come out, she is taking on, well, I guess Elvira is taking on Ariana Grande because Elvira told...
Elvira
told an anecdote, right? This Elvira lady. She told an anecdote about how a few years back, Ariana Grande and her family... they came to one of my shows. Ariana wanted 20 tickets for her family. That's a lot of tickets to give away for free.
But she's a celebrity, so she made the ask. Got it.
Sure, why not? Then Ariana Grande said, hey, would you mind if we come back for some photos and autographs? Elvira is like, sure. No worries at all.
Takes them all.
Come backstage. Took a photo with everybody. And then she's like, okay, now that we're done with that, could I please take a photo with Ariana Grande? And Ariana Grande said, no. She says, I don't really do that. And then she left.
Yes. So Ariana Grande in pop culture has a reputation of some sort that she's known for being a little bit unwilling to sort of go out of her way, maybe a little bit difficult. Is that the best way to say it? There's rumors that she has to be carried around when she's tired, that she is a pop star, kind of a diva molded pop star, maybe in the like sort of following the footsteps of a Mariah Carey or someone like that. So this is some bad press because Elvira is beloved. Even though she's Mistress of the Dark and you might think a sort of spooky figure, she's beloved. Around Halloween, she puts on the full getup with the black hair.
Yes.
And everyone wants a picture with her. There's no downside of a picture with Elvira. It's cool, it's campy, it's great. I don't understand what would be the defense after she gave her 20 tickets to an event not to take picture with Elvira. It's not embarrassing. She's not taking a picture with Harvey Weinstein or Bill Cosby, someone that could like blow back in her face.
Right.
She's taking a picture with Elvira. And so now she's responded.
Yeah, this is the defense. So after Elvira shared this story, Ariana then wrote on her Instagram, she goes, I'm so disheartened to see this. I actually don't even remember getting the chance to meet you because I had an anxiety attack and had my memory left, and I left before. I had an anxiety attack and to my memory, left before the rest of my family. She goes, this was around 7 years ago, and I was not very good in public spaces or with crowds.
That's a clear reference to the bombing in Manchester during her concert.
Oh, is it?
That's what I think, is she was, subject to a very traumatic event at one of her concerts. Remember, I believe it was in London, and there was a bombing on the near the stadium or in the stadium. She was very shaken by that whole thing. I think she's alluding to that, leaving some sort of post-traumatic stress syndrome or something where she can't be around crowds.
She says, if I'm misremembering this moment, I sincerely apologize for offending you so. She says, thank you for being kind to my family, and my mum has nothing but nice things to say about you, but she might have different feelings about that now. So I'll have to talk to her.
So let's break this down. Referencing the Manchester bombing, that's okay. I mean, look, she was shaken by that. I remember that incident, and she may be dealing with a lot of anxiety. But twisting the knife about my mom liked you, but I'm not sure how she feels now that you dragged her daughter is a little bit uncalled for, I think. I mean, clearly Ariana sounds like she's contrite about being in the wrong. She should have snapped the photo, but she's saying, look, I had some PTSD. But the mom comment is trying to like turn it around on Elvira for publicly telling this story. I didn't like that move. Did you?
No, I didn't. I think if you're going to apologize, just apologize.
Just apologize.
But I think Ariana, because this Wicked movie is about to come out, she's leaning into everything.
Yeah.
And so she's leaning into this silly little beef that she doesn't really care if it's squashed or not. So she's like, doing, the apology, but she's also going a bit of the backstab too.
Yeah, she's a much bigger star than Elvira. I think even Elvira would say so, but I don't think you want to beef with a beloved Halloween icon when you've got a movie about witches coming out.
Or what? Yeah, the witch community will boycott
the witch community will turn their green face backs on you.
Yeah.
If you sort of take down Elvira. I think honestly, like she's going to become an icon of Halloween too. If Wicked is huge, it's kind of a Halloween-y movie because it's a prequel to Wizard of Oz. It's all about the witches, and you don't want to take her on. Like, you want to be in good standing with the Mummy, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, all the, like, icons of Halloween.
Right.
I think so. She's going to stand next to them.
It just seems strange to me that, these two potentially Halloween icons are taking each other on at Halloween. I think maybe it's for clicks for the movie. Like, don't you think that maybe this is all like a ruse?
Maybe. Oh, you think Elvira was part of it to help promote Wicked? You're the cynic of all cynics.
It's so perfect. It's just so perfect. Like, it's at Halloween. The Halloween icon is beefing with someone who's about to be in a big movie. Come on, man.
She told a story at Not Scary Farm, and you're like, this goes all the way to the top. The execs were in on this.
You're so naive. You're so naive, bro.
I love it. You can see a conspiracy in anything. Even a panel at Not Scary Farm.
Right. All right, on to our next story. Cardi B, she shared a video of herself. Well, she was going live on Instagram from a hospital bed, which actually makes this a bit of a stranger story because I'm not sure why she's there. But she starts ranting about how cops came to her home. Well, Child Protective Services did to try to check on her kids who were apparently in danger. So she takes the Instagram live basically saying she wants to make it clear that people have taken it far too far, bringing her kids into it. It was at 11 p.m. in her gated mansion while her kids were sleeping. Basically, the pranksters told CPS or the cops that she was abusing, or not her, but like someone at the house was abusing and hurting these kids.
Is this in response to her partying and the video we got of her partying, even though she's a new mom, or is this just a pure prank?
I think this is just that swatting thing.
It's disgusting. If it's just a pure swatting to like send, agents to her house. By all accounts, she's a great mom. Like every video I see of her is like her doting on the children, giving them these huge elaborate parties for culture, right?
Yep. And Wave.
I mean, they're going through obviously something with Offset, and that's unfortunate, but families break apart and you can have good parents on both sides. So I don't like this at all. And when you poke Cardi is already sort of like going to blast anyone. And when you poke her and she's a mama bear and you do it about her kids, you get it on like steroids.
Oh, as you do.
Rightly so.
She claims that they're the only black people in the neighborhood. And so for the cops to come to that house at that time at night, she says she's going to hire a private investigator to track down whoever made the call somehow. I'm not sure if private investigators can do that. And she's going to try to sue Child Protective Services for even responding to the call.
Can I tell you something? I take her at her word. Like, Cardi B is one of those celebrities, has a ton of resources. A lot of celebrities threaten lawsuits and so forth, but she's gone through with them against... There was a blogger who she sued for defaming her.
Right, yeah.
And she won a judgment. Do you remember that?
Yep.
And so I think Cardi makes good on her word. She's vowing to sue this person. She'll investigate, find out who the caller is. I think CPS didn't do anything wrong. CPS has to take these calls seriously, so I don't think she should sue CPS. But the caller who like made a false, allegation, if she discovers who that is, I don't put it past her to sue them.
She also invoked Offset in a positive sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
She said, my ex basically will beat up whoever called Child Protective Services. If it's a man.
Yeah.
If it's a girl, me and my sister are going to come and take care of them. So I like that.
What's your sister's name, Hennessy?
Yeah, Hennessy.
Yeah, I love Hennessy. She's like... When the two of them get together, it's like fire. I love it. The
thought of you just like sitting down watching Hennessy and Cardi. I didn't think that was your like taste.
I get so excited because I love conflict. I love watching conflict. It's one of why I watch reality television. And she's so reliably like a reality star to me that Cardi B is one of the best.
I really do love Cardi B.
Yeah.
Okay, on to our last story. Bill Maher.
Yeah.
He is being slapped with a defamation lawsuit by Laura Loomer.
Yes, tell us who Laura Loomer is. You know Laura Loomer?
Okay, this is what I know of Laura Loomer. that she was kind of like a bit of a crazy and she was cozying up
Easy.
to Trump.
She files suits over
Oh,
calling
true.
her names.
This is what I heard about
She's a
her.
conservative journalist.
She's a conservative journalist and she was cozying up to Trump. And some people, like Bill Maher, suspected that there might be a bit of romance happening.
Yeah, there were these rumors swirling around, and Bill Maher did a set on his show, right? And he said, I think we found out who that dirty dog is sleeping with, and it's Laura Loomer. And
Right.
He did it in the context of a bit, kind of. He said, I think Laura Loomer and Trump are sleeping together. It didn't really indicate that he had any special knowledge, but she's suing him, saying this was stated as a fact. It
wasn't,
malicious
though.
lie. That'll be determined in court. In
Yeah.
her lawsuit, she's saying you stated this as a fact. You had absolutely zero basis for stating it on your television show, and I'm going to sue you for defamation because I did not sleep with Donald Trump. He is a married man. She makes a note of, although I'm not sure that's much of a defense.
Right.
Married men sleep with outside of their marriage all the time. But it's interesting that she actually went through with a lawsuit. Now, we don't have a comment yet from Bill Maher, but you got to be careful with this kind of stuff. People sue for defamation. If you lie about sexual impropriety, you can be sued for it.
There's that little word that he uses a couple times in his statement about Laura, and the word is think.
Yeah.
The word is think. I think there's a word called...
I think maybe.
I think maybe. Maybe is also a word that he will probably be talking about. I think maybe Laura Loomer's in an arranged relationship. I think maybe Laura Loomer. And so I don't know that she'll be able to settle this, but...
Yeah, you're allowed to have opinions. You're allowed to have thoughts. I mean, the First Amendment is very robust. You're right. He didn't say, I know for a fact someone told me who's close to them that they're sleeping together. That would have been a very dangerous sort of statement to make without sort of a credible foundation. But you're right. Maybe he couched it enough. We'll see. This could be performative on her part. She sees the statement out there. She files a lawsuit to let everyone know I'm not sleeping with Trump. You performatively have that out there in a lawsuit. You get some coverage in the media, and maybe you don't go any further than that. We'll see.
True, and I think, Bill Maher likes being in the news too. I think he probably goes, oh, you're suing me like a comedian about making a joke.
You remember Trump sued him famously when he said you're the offspring of an orangutan or something like that. Clearly a joke, but Trump filed a lawsuit said I am not the my father is Fred Trump, and he sort of listed who his actual parents were to refute that he wasn't the offspring of a monkey. And it was a pretty funny lawsuit.
That's hilarious. All right, let's get to some of the comments you guys have been leaving now on our YouTube live. Charles Kellum thinks that pranks have gone too far these days because of what happened to Cardi, that there's a lot of examples of this sort of swatting behavior going on. And for some reason, now seems to be the time that everyone is taking it too far.
I think it's so tempting for people to swat because it's like you pick up the phone and then you get this police response and you swat YouTubers. I get why people do it, but it's a huge waste of resources. The joke's over. We get it. Stop doing it.
Agreed. Bezo Lego says that Offset ain't scary. I could take him down any day.
I'm not going to sign off on that.
I don't know about that.
I think he's plenty scary.
Good luck to you, Bezo. On Ariana, Richard Prado said it's a convenient time to play the anxiety card when you're under attack.
I don't love this. Look, I think she experienced real trauma. Like, if you're around an incident that is at your concert and there's a bombing, but she is certainly saying, I think this happened 7 years ago when that was most acute. So she is using it a little bit as an excuse, but it could be perfectly legitimate.
And Nicole says, why do celebrities always bring up beef from years ago? Tell me why I thought this was from last week. Well, I agree. Like, sometimes they show it for a few years and then bring it out when convenient.
You mean that Elvira bringing it up?
Do you think that this story...
So that's why you think it's a conspiracy?
Is this story only coming up because it's Halloween? Like, if it wasn't Halloween, would this story be going anywhere?
No, because Elvira wouldn't be on a panel at Not Scary Farm.
I guess that's probably
I think she's up there. But to your point, why bring this up? Maybe to promote the movie. I sort of see why you sort of see an intricate web of things going on sometimes. Because, like, she could just be up there talking about her general experience in Halloween. She brings up Ariana Grande, who's in a Halloween movie coming up.
Have you been to Not Scary Farm? Are you into that sort of, like, being scared, walking around?
I love it. I love a good haunted house, good roller coaster.
Really?
Combine the two. Oh, yeah. I like jump scares. You don't like it?
No.
The thing I love is when you're walking through those and they come out and they're like, "Rah!" with a chainsaw. And I always look at them and I'm like, you can't touch me.
Oh, no, you don't. I think
you're not allowed to touch me.
You talk so tough, but I think you'd be shivering in your boots. What are you going as for Halloween, by the way?
I can't tell you. You'll have to just wait and see as a surprise. It's a Beckerman Kaufman combo.
I hate when people are like, it's going to be a surprise.
What's yours going to be? Remember when you were an egg?
I just went as an egg one year. I'm going to go as Ray Gunn, the Australian breaker.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's easy.
Someone had to do it, and
yes.
I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, I know. I've already got the clothes,
Perfect.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Thank you for joining me, Derek.
All right, sounds good.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Goodbye.